What is going on, my friends? We are finally back on the Let's Play world. I've got an absolute ton of stuff planned for today's episode, like expanding the village transformation, doing some exploring, and a lot of other things. It's so funny, our train station over there, which we built last episode, you can barely see. Now, I could turn up my render distance and it would show a little bit better, but because of all those trees, it really blocks the entire building. Besides that though, since I have so much planned for today's episode, we better jump in. So let's get started. Now, first things first, I want to head down to the skeleton spawner. After every single video, I like to go through the comments and see any help that you guys have provided me, and to see all the support you guys are showing me. Now, one of the comments said I should throw a trapdoor over the hopper at the skeleton spawner, because the XP is always getting stuck in the top of that hopper. And if there's a trapdoor on it, the items will still be collected, but the XP will not fall into that little bucket. So on with the trapdoor, and it should be all fixed. Thanks for the help. Speaking of support, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have been showing me through this series. And if you're not subscribed, maybe hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, maybe hit that like and notification bell. And trust me guys, it makes a massive, massive difference. Thank you again, but let's get back to the regularly scheduled program. Oh, and now I gotta do this entire walk all the way back up to the surface. Well, while I'm doing this walk up here, I'm sure you guys have noticed in the past few episodes, the lag spikes. Whenever I would do something like walking up these stairs, there would be a pretty massive lag spike. And I'm glad to say, I think I have fixed the problem. I had to go through my streaming app and go through the settings and try and figure it out, and it took a lot of testing, but there should not be any lag spikes. Unless I'm running too much redstone at once. Which honestly, I kind of doubt, because I don't really like redstone. Actually, you know what? You never know. Who knows? I might build the most massive redstone farm ever. But highly unlikely. Now, when it comes to our starter village, we have a pretty open spot up here, and I really don't like it. There's just a bunch of vanilla spruce trees. I mean, we have this tall one, which actually looks pretty cool, but you know what? I want to get rid of it. I'm thinking something we can do up here that would actually look pretty cool and be useful is build a archery. And when I say archery, I kind of mean like an archery lane, or I don't really know the name of it, but a spot that you shoot a bow and arrow at a target block and then it lights something up. And I'm sure we can prettify it a lot because something like that just sounds super, super boring. As you can tell, I'm in a building mood. But before we do some building, we actually got to do some construction and get rid of all these trees. So let's do that in under 20 seconds. Well, not really, but over a time lapse, it'll be 20 seconds. Well, the trees are all cleared out now, but it's not very flat. Honestly though, before we flatten this entire thing out, I think it's a good idea to lay down the outside perimeter, just so I don't flatten the entire thing out and then dig everything up, because I want to place it down with some coarse dirt and some rooted dirt. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to flatten it out because I gotta get rid of this podzol. And something like that should be pretty good. It is definitely a little more flat for my liking, but once we have the range built, then I'll come through and add a little bit of bumps or hills or even boulders. So next up, we gotta build the actual archery range itself. Starting off, we're going to place a block back here, and then we're going to go 5 fences over and place another block, and we're going to do this one more time. Actually, scratch that. We're going to do it another time. That should be good right there. And then we want a nice 5-block gap right here. Oh, and it looks like we're going to actually have to add a little bit of extra dirt. Now that we got that 5-block gap, we're going to duplicate this side over here. And then down at this end, we're just going to give it a nice little rounded edge like this. Oh, and I ran out of fences. No, I didn't. Something like that should be pretty solid. And then I just want to go through and strip all of this down. Now, next up, I'm going to add some cobblestone walls along the edges. And then on top of these guys, every few, I'm going to go 2 blocks high and add a lantern. And it looks like night is falling, so let's go sleep real quick. Now we just want to place in our target block. We're going to do it 2 blocks high because that is going to be a far shot all the way back here. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty far shot. Now I just want to hop up here and place this redstone lamp. Can I reach the top of it? Yes, I can. And then we're going to put some oak trapdoors around it, so we can still see the light coming through, but it's not as ugly now. And you know what? Maybe we switch that out right there and then strip that. Yep, and that looks good to me. Now down on this end, I actually want to put a roof up, so if it's raining or lightning or whatever it might be, we can shoot our our arrows in peace and not get ourselves wet. So gonna take a few more walls here, do something a little bit like that. That should be plenty high enough. Grab myself some slabs. And now I'm just gonna come all the way across like that. And I don't actually want it to hang over this edge because it might be a little too big. Place a slab right there. Going to want to take some stairs, place one like that and one like this. Place a couple more walls. Some fences right there should be good. And then some more walls. So now it's blocked in so the mobs can't get us. Now, obviously, we're going to want to actually take some barrels and chests to make it look like we have a little bit of storage. Put a barrel right there. Maybe we'll put a piece of wood down here. Strip that, throw a chest right there. Maybe a chest right there. And another one like that. Actually, you know what? I want to turn that. Yeah, just like that. That should be solid right there. And then one of the last things we want to do is obviously bring in some leaves. Because if you can't tell, I really love leaves. Come in right here, add some leaves like so. That should be good like that. Maybe we'll have some hanging down right here. Definitely some up here. And then the final thing we are going to want to bring in is some bone meal. Because we definitely need to have some tall grass. And with a little bit more work, we now have a pathway that goes all the way up to the archery range. I just got to get a bow and arrow and a bunch of arrows in the storage room. Well, I guess storage pile. Yeah, wouldn't it be storage pile, not storage room? Because it's not really a room. It's definitely a great build to fill in some space, and trust me, between the next couple episodes, we are going to have a bunch of space to fill. Also, we have this decently sized open area right here, and I don't know what to build. I kind of want to do a windmill, but I feel like it might be odd having a windmill like right up against a cliffside. Well, I'm sure something will come to mind. All right, though, on with the episode. Now, next up on the agenda for today's episode is I want to do a little bit of exploring. Specifically, I want to find a mangrove swamp. And even more specifically, I want to find some mud. Now, yeah, I know you can make a mud machine or a mud generator, but I want to see one of these things with my own eyes. I've seen one of them in creative, but I feel like I need to go check one out in survival to really get the vibe of it. But first, I got to find my diamonds because I want to repair some of my tools. And there they are. Oh, is there an anvil here? I think there's an anvil here. Or is it all the way in our storage room? Oh, that's a bummer. Actually, you know what tools do I have up here? And nothing really good. Our fortune pickaxe is up here. I am going to take that. I'm going to take our diamond helmet too that I made. Get rid of that mending golden helmet. And once we build an actual like nether portal or nether hub, then I'll put the golden helmet right there to make sure I always have a piece of golden armor on when we go into the nether. All right, let's repair this tool. Let's go all the way. Might as well. Now we only have one diamond to our name though. Yeah, we'll leave this one diamond for now, just in case I want to make another jukebox and put it in our goodies chest. We can go over to our tools. We'll leave our fortune one behind, and then we'll leave our fortune pickaxe behind. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to bring it in case. And when I say in case, I absolutely doubt we are going to use it. But hey, we have the inventory space. All right, I got some food. Ooh, maybe I want to make a bed actually real quick. I need your wool. Well, with the bed crafted and I got all the tools we are going to need and a little bit of food, I think I'm ready to head out. I'm going to take this boat real quick with a chest in it. I'm not quite sure it's going to make it all the way, but I kind of want to follow this river going all the way down. I'm not quite sure how far this river goes though. I mean, watch it end right at the birch forest. I think it actually goes a pretty far distance past that, but like I said, I am not 100% sure. You know what, while we're on this adventure, I'm gonna try getting some squid ink because I love using black glass, but I never have the squid ink. And man, I really need some looting. Oh, and it looks like we are coming up on a village. I am definitely going to steal those hay bales. Let me just take these real quick. Any other goodies you guys have? Okay, we got some more hay bales and we got a blacksmith. Come on, there's got to be something good in this chest. I know there. Oh, wow, that is just terrible. You need to get a better stock, buddy. Don't mind if I do. Well, the village had nothing really but those hay bales. So on with the adventure we go. So I just came across this village and I noticed there is one more right over there. Both of them seem pretty small though. Currently up to 61 hay bales and 2 bells. Let's head over to that other village though. Doesn't seem like this village has a bunch of goodies either besides this bell, but something I did notice, which is pretty cool, is that looks like a mangrove swamp. Although the sun is about to go down, so I'm gonna wait to head over there until the morning. Oh, hello there, guys. Man, these mangrove biomes look like an absolute mess, but I love it. I am so excited to get a new wood texture and also to get some of that mud because I love the mud bricks. I am most likely going to get myself completely lost in here, but let me just say it now. It was totally worth it. All right, let's collect up some of this wood. Oh, look at that. Look at this stuff. Oh, it looks so cool. Very, very excited. Ooh, I did not realize how big of a pain it is to collect this stuff. Very similar to large oak trees. Oh boy, we got a frog right here. This thing is so cool looking. I love the animations that they gave him. So far, I got about 2.5 stacks of mangrove wood, which should be enough for now. I got a bunch of saplings. I got 10 10 of them, or what are they called? Propagula? Yeah, well, I now got 12 of those guys, but I am most definitely lost. Seems like night is beginning to fall. Luckily, I did not leave the bed with the boat because I would be having some major issues. Well, rather than keep looking for the boat, I think I'm actually just going to start collecting up some of this mud because this is a pretty decent pile of it right here, so I don't really want to miss it. Well, I've got an inventory full of mud, but I still don't know how to get back to the boat. I'm pretty sure I want to run this way, but I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully next time I see you guys, I found the boat. Well, still no boat, but I managed to find another village. And of course, I'm going to take that bell. Yeah, this is so interesting. I don't know how I got so lost. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I did kind of say I was going to get lost. I had a feeling that was going to happen because right when we pulled up to it, it already looked so chaotic. And then once I started running through it, I knew it was just getting worse and worse. It's crazy. You have like 0 reference point. Well, at least I do know that our base is about 2,000 blocks yonder and about 100 blocks this way. Okay, for some reason, this looks really, really familiar. Well, it wasn't familiar at all. I'm sure, as you guys can tell, I am back at base, but it did take me a very, very long time making that run all the way back. Now, I obviously could have made a boat and taken the river back up, but I couldn't even find the river that we came down. So the run was sort of necessary. Besides that, though, I got all of our items put away, and I am so glad we made that journey to get the mud because I got some really big plans to use some mud bricks for. And yes, I'll make a mud generator soon. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw some of this mud into our little mini smelter. Does it just go, oh, okay, wait, whoa, let me take that out of there. I did something wrong here. How do you smelt mud blocks? You just kind of go like, oh, I am so glad I grabbed all of these hay bales because I did not realize, for some reason, I thought you had to smelt the mud in order to turn it into packed mud. But no, it uses wheat and mud. All right, we got a bunch of packed mud and a bunch of mud bricks. Now I'm just gonna put the rest of this stuff away because we'll use it a little bit later. But it looks like it's becoming nighttime, so let's go sleep. So next up, I wanna create 2 bridges. Out front of our starter base, we have this kind of lake ocean thing, and then off to the sides, there's 2 rivers. Now, to get over to our village, which is gonna soon be our village transformation, I wanna have a good way for some horses to travel across. Now, trust me, I don't mind taking a boat across the little lake, but I much rather do it on a horse because it's a lot more pleasing. And it'll give us a very solid way to get our villagers from the train station up at the top all the way over to the starter village. And yeah, I just like building bridges anyways, so let's go ahead and do it. So, first things first, I want to clear out a bit of trees because they're definitely going to be in our way when we try to build this bridge. And I don't mind getting some dark oak while I'm at it. I find it so interesting how much more fun the game becomes once you got some efficiency. It just makes things go by so much faster, like these boring tasks of clearing out some trees. Now that I got some trees cleared out, the first thing I want to start by doing is actually laying out a nice little dirt template. So my plan for this bridge, I want to go 2 blocks down and 1 over, and I'm just going to continue this all the way across the river. Part of the reason I'm doing this is just to get an idea of what the shape of the bridge is going to be. So there we go. The outline is all complete. This thing is definitely going to be a little bit larger than I want it to be. I could come right over here, but I feel that might look a little weird having it come right off the backside of the stable building. Ooh, and I just realized I forgot to put glass in those windows. Also got to get rid of that piece of wood because I forgot about it. And then from this point, I'm going to lay an outline out with some stone bricks of just how wide the bridge is actually going to be. So something like that should be good. And now I just got to duplicate it to the other side. Now that I have the stone brick down, I can actually remove this template dirt right here. So this should be pretty satisfying. If I just walk like this, I should get rid of all the dirt and not fall off the edge. Perfect. All the dirt's gone besides that 1 block over there. From this point though, there's really nothing left to explain besides put my ideas actually into this bridge. So with that being said, let's cue the time lapse. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I am really happy with how it turned out. I'm sure as you guys can tell there was no more roof on it. I decided to get rid of it just because it didn't look that great. Besides that though, I really like how I did these little tunnels going through. I did 4 of them so a boat can actually fit underneath it. And typically on something like this, I would do some texturing. So instead of just stone brick, I would bring in some maybe cobblestone or andesite, but I was really feeling just using stone brick only. It makes it look a lot more structurally sound and just, I don't know, there's something about all the stone brick mixed with the leaves that looks awesome. Besides that though, down the middle is about 4 blocks wide and it should be perfect to get some horses across so we can make our way over to the village transformation over there, which in the future, all of our villagers that we use for trading are going to all be over there. So we are definitely going to be making the journey over this bridge and over there a lot of times. Sadly though, I have one more bridge to make. I need to make a bridge connecting from right here over to there. And yeah, there is some wooden planks right there. Yeah, I really don't like how that looks. It's too simple for my building style, but maybe simplicity's good. Not for me though. So yeah, I want to do a bridge from right there to right about that area. And then I'll have a pathway kind of wind through the birch forest into the oak forest and connect this bridge to that bridge. And man, that actually looks really cool from over here. The fog makes everything look way more dramatic, which is always better. Well, it's time to build another bridge. Let's get started. And just like that, the second bridge is completed. Now, I'm sure I'm going to say this a lot, but oh my goodness, am I in love with pack mud and mud bricks. This block is just amazing. I love the texturing of it. One, it goes super good with leaves or anything green, which obviously there is a lot of that around. And then also it goes super well with some oak planks. Well, I guess anything oak as long as it's either stripped logs or planks. Besides that though, I'm sure you guys will notice this bridge just kind of ends right into a hillside. So like I said earlier, I kind of want to build a cave that kind of cuts through the mountain and takes us all the way up to the top. But before we do that, I think we should actually connect this bridge to the bridge way over there, if I can even see it. Yeah, that bridge right over there. And also I turned the fog down to 0.2. If you have Optifine, you're able to change the distance of the fog and also how strong it is. And I am really liking this. It makes everything look so cool. Like, look how cool the trees look in the background behind our village. And even up on that ridge line up there. Oh yeah, this is great. Let me know down in the comments if I should leave it like this or if you guys want it back to how it was before. Obviously, I'm leaning towards this. So when it comes to building this pathway connecting the bridges, I don't think I'm going to use my diamond shovel. I think I'm actually going to craft a bunch of stone shovels so I don't deplete the entire durability of my shovel because I am currently completely out of diamonds, which also means I need to go diamond mining. Wow, we are in the leaves right now. Ooh, and there's a sheep behind us. Night is beginning to fall, but I don't think I realize actually how long this pathway is going to need to be. I mean, it's a solid like 200 or 300 blocks to this bridge to that bridge. And I have plans to decorate and put little small details along that entire pathway. So I guess it's easy to say I have a lot on my plate. So when it comes to this pathway, the first thing I want to do is actually flatten out some of this terrain so we don't have super steep inclines like this. Well, it obviously needs a little bit of touch up because we have a floating tree and some floating dirt, but I'm going to leave it for now just because I want to get a solid baseline of how the pathway is going to kind of wind and weave through this forest. I am going to replace the stone though with some dirt. I am also going to need to clear out a ton of trees, like so many trees. So I kind of wanted to shoot along the shore, but not too close because I want to be able to fit some buildings up along it. So I'm thinking if we have a slight curve going to the left and then at the very end, we have it kind of make a hard curve to the right. Well, these guys came out of nowhere. Is there a banner with them? I hope there isn't a banner. Okay, I think that's the banner right there. I want to take these guys out, but I don't want to hit the banner dude because then it's going to start a raid. Oh, that's the banner dude right there. Okay, I got to watch out for him. Oh, how do I kill this dude without starting a raid? Can I just bury him? Okay, I can bury him. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna bury him down there. So far though, I've got a decent amount of trees cleared out and a solid works for a pathway. As you can see, the gap that kind of shoots through here runs across this way, and then I'm almost to the oak forest. Well, as you guys can see, I have a solid lane of trees cleared out showing where the pathway is gonna go. If we take a look from a little bit lower, it's a lot easier to see actually where the pathway is gonna be. With that being said though, I've crafted myself 5 stone shovels so we can actually lay down some pathway. Because yeah, like I said, I don't really want to kill the durability of my shovel when we have no more diamonds left to repair it. So simple enough, I'm just gonna kind of run in a straight line a little bit like this, just to get a good idea of what the center line is gonna be. And we are connected up to the bridge. Now I have to do a bunch of right clicking to get this pathway down. Honestly, probably too much right clicking, but that's okay though. And just like that, we have a pathway from this bridge all the way over to the other one. Now, to be completely honest, I didn't go crazy with the design on this because in the future, this pathway is not going to stand alone. I want to have a bunch of buildings around it, some farms, and even some automatic farms. And I was noticing in the time lapse at nighttime from directly above, that shot was so cool looking. Besides that though, I didn't finish the end over here just because I think we're going to have to do that in the next episode. Once I really started looking at how far I have to go up and how deep I need to go and how wide it needs to be for a horse to fit in, I kind of realized that that's going to take a really long time. And time is not something that I have right now. You know what I do have though? I have this really cool pathway and this really cool bridge and also this really cool bridge, which uses my new favorite block in the game, which is some mud bricks and some dried mud. That stuff just looks so incredible, especially with the oak and the leaves. Besides that though, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I know a few of you guys were wondering what the seed for this world was and the coordinates my base is at. So if you watched it all the way through, you'll see that I placed those randomly in the video. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next episode.